Despite their apology, Bai Ming remained silent, not responding to their words. Meanwhile, Ming and the princess were locked in an intense battle, with neither of them willing to concede defeat. Impressed by Ming's indomitable will, the princess acknowledged his strength and proposed continuing their fight on the following day. The ongoing battle persisted for several days, during which both Ming and the princess grew progressively closer in strength. Ming had already mastered the billow fist technique and announced his intention to face the princess using his weakest martial arts skill. Mocking him, the princess claimed he only possessed a single skill. Undeterred, they recommenced their fight and launched attacks against each other. Much to the princess's astonishment, her signature move, the rose-finch finger, was unexpectedly countered by Ming. As the intensity of the battle reached its peak, both Ming and the princess gathered their strength to unleash their ultimate moves. However, at the last moment, Ming abruptly changed his course of action and seized the princess. Inappropriately touching her, Ming unintentionally caused her distress and tears, prompting the guards to become enraged. The princess responded by slapping Ming and declaring that he must wait for 3 years before she would seek her revenge and defeat him. Unaware of his wrongdoing, Ming remained oblivious to the impact of his actions. Bai Ming praised Ming for his achievements and stated that all the hard work he put in after leaving the Yi clan had paid off. Ming had become significantly stronger compared to his previous state. He had reached grade 5 as a martial arts disciple and possessed formidable skills such as the divine golden cloak, heaven-striking footwork, and the 8 billowing technique. With his newfound power, Ming believed that he surpassed everyone in the Yi clan and contemplated the idea of returning to his ancestral clan. Carrying a pig and a bear on his back, Ming made his way back to the Yi clan. As he entered, the crowd and guards immediately recognized him and were astonished by the tremendous strength he had acquired in such a short time. To satisfy his hunger, Ming decided to exchange the pig and bear for some food at a nearby restaurant. While Ming was savoring his meal, an unexpected interruption occurred. A henchman of Jinxiong Yi launched an attack on him. Ming suspected that Jinxiong himself might be nearby. True to his intuition, Jinxiong emerged with his 2 guards, ready to confront Ming. He commanded his guards to assault Ming, but much to their surprise, Ming had become even faster and more skilled than before. None of their attempts could even scratch him. Momentarily stunned, they regrouped and made another attempt, only to be swiftly defeated by a single punch from Ming. Jinxiong stood there, completely astonished by the astonishing strength displayed by Ming. Ming taunted Jinxiong, challenging him to a duel. Overwhelmed with fear, Jinxiong hastily fled, riding his horse as fast as he could. As he escaped, he couldn't help but reflect on the insults he had hurled at Ming since their childhood, worrying that Ming would seek revenge. Meanwhile, Ming relentlessly pursued Jinxiong on foot, determined to catch up to him despite the advantage of Jinxiong's horse. Just as Ming was on the verge of catching Jinxiong, he was suddenly interrupted by Wu's arrival. Jinxiong pleaded with Wu, desperately asking for his help to save his life. Ming recognized Wu, who happened to be Han Yu's father, and greeted him warmly. Wu, taken aback by the incredible progress Ming had made to become a grade 4 disciple, expressed his astonishment. Curious about Ming's pursuit of Jinxiong, Wu inquired about the motive behind Ming's relentless chase. Ming requested Wu not to get involved in his personal matter, but Bai Ming disclosed that Wu and his guards possessed immense strength, making them formidable opponents for Ming. Recognizing the challenge, Ming decided to leave the scene and return to his own house. Jinxiong, accompanied by Wu, also headed back to his family. During the family gathering, Jinxiong shocks everyone by announcing that Ming Yi had successfully accomplished the small circle of qi cultivation and had become a grade 4 disciple, or even higher. This revelation surprises everyone, leading Jinying to express disbelief, citing that he had previously severed Ming's meridians. At that moment, Yong Yi, who is lying down and covered in bandages, speaks up, revealing that Ming's fist possessed a strength equal to that of a disciple who had attained the advanced level of the large circle of qi cultivation. Jinying stubbornly refused to acknowledge Ming's strength, claiming that even a highly talented individual from a renowned sect couldn't be that formidable. In response, the clan leader instructed Wan Mingyi, the brother of Wan Qingyi, to handle Ming before the martial arts competition began. Wan Ming confidently accepted the task, assuring the clan leader that Ming wouldn't survive the next day. Ming was deep in meditation inside a room, contemplating strategies to overcome the Yi family. Suddenly, he noticed a shadowy figure lurking outside his window and swiftly sprang into action to confront it. Ming suspected that the individual might be a member of the Yi clan, but he was confident that no one from the family could match his abilities. Determined to investigate further, Ming decided to trail the mysterious figure. After pursuing the figure for several miles, they arrived at a remote location. Ming confronted the person and inquired about their identity. The person smirked and initiated an attack that immobilized Ming. Ming cautioned Ming not to resist the overwhelming spiritual energy, explaining that he could only endure it. Although Ming desired to resist, he found himself unable to move due to the effects of the attack. The person brought Ming to a concealed cave and tossed him inside. Ming regained consciousness and observed a sinister energy drawing a man into the depths of the cave. Ming also noticed several other individuals who appeared terrified and reluctant to respond to his inquiries. Suddenly, the energy seized Ming as well, revealing that the person who had brought him to the cave was its source. The elderly individual possessed a voracious appetite for consuming the spiritual energy of others, and unfortunately, Ming was destined to become his next prey. Ming mustered his courage and inquired about the old man's identity and the reason behind his capture. The old man commended Ming for his bravery and disclosed that he was the leader of the Black Wind sect, which had been destroyed by enemies. To regain his strength, the old man had resorted to absorbing the spiritual energy of human beings. Furthermore, he revealed that he was repaying a debt to the Yi clan by capturing Ming. Ming provided reassurance to Ming, promising to gain control over the old man when he attempted to absorb Ming's energy. As the old man seized Ming and initiated the energy absorption process, Ming swiftly intervened and reversed the flow of spiritual energy. To the old man's astonishment, Ming began absorbing his energy instead. The old man, realizing his predicament, contemplated changing his approach and resorted to begging for his life. Ming hesitated momentarily, creating an opportunity for the old man to devise a plan to harm Ming. The old man plotted to strike at Ming when he least expected it, thinking he would lower his guard after sparing him. Just as Ming was on the verge of forgiving the old man, Ming stepped in to intervene. Ming reminded Ming of the lack of mercy shown by both the old man and Tianpengji when they caused him harm and the Yi family subjected him to humiliation. They had never given him a chance for redemption. This provocation ignited a surge of anger within Ming, and he made the decision to completely absorb the old man's spiritual energy, seeking retribution for the injustices he had endured. Ming handed over the old man's bag to Ming, containing various treasures. Among the items, Ming's attention was captured by a specific ball. Ming disclosed that it was a Grade 1 spiritual stone, containing a potent blend of heavenly and earthly spiritual energy. She further mentioned that such a stone was highly valuable, costing more than 100 kilograms of gold. Curious about why the old man couldn't see Ming inquired about the reason. Ming revealed that she had merged with the divine cloak, making her visible only to Ming. She clarified that her influence could only extend to Ming's body or to someone who made physical contact with him. She advised Ming not to overly rely on her, as her assistance was limited to specific circumstances. On the day of the Yi family's martial arts competition, all the participants assembled on the grounds. The sect leader provided an overview of the competition's rules, clarifying that the champion would have the opportunity to join the esteemed Red Sun sect. Additionally, several outstanding disciples would be selected to become inner disciples. The clan leader commended Hanyu, who was already an outer disciple of the Red Sun sect, for her achievements. Suddenly, a red beam of light descended upon the fighting arena, revealing representatives from the Red Sun sect who had arrived in a hurry to select new disciples for their section. In light of their urgency, the clan leader promptly commenced the competition. To everyone's astonishment, Mingyi made a grand entrance through the main door, expressing his intention to participate in the competition. The clan leader felt disappointed with Wan Ming, but he confirmed that the order to invite the leader of the Black Wind sect was issued. In accordance with the clan leader's decision, the competition commenced, allowing individuals below the age of 18 to take part. Jinying and Jinxiong expressed their anger and disapproval towards Ming, cursing him and objecting to his participation in the competition. However, the clan leader disregarded their objections and permitted Ming to enter the competition. The judge then proceeded to clarify the rules of the competition. With a total of 38 participants, each would engage in one-on-one battles. The individual who successfully defeated the highest number of opponents would earn the opportunity to join the Red Sun sect as an outer disciple. Ming drew a lot and took his place on the stage as the first participant. His opponent turned out to be Jinxiong, who appeared visibly frightened of Ming. Observing Jinxiong's cowardice, the clan leader admonished him, urging him to fight and uphold the honor of their clan. Despite his fear, Jinxiong continued to curse Ming, but before he could react, Ming swiftly moved with incredible speed. In a flash, Ming appeared right in front of Jinxiong, delivering a powerful punch infused with spiritual energy. As the fight unfolded, the two envoys from the Red Sun sect observed the spectacle with astonishment. They were taken aback to witness Ming, a grade 5 disciple, unleashing his spiritual energy. They realized that his spiritual energy was on par with that of a formidable grade 9 disciple. After being sent flying by Ming's powerful punch, Jinxiong was caught by his father, Yezili. Filled with anger, Yezili cursed Ming for his actions. In response, Ming boldly announced his willingness to fight Yezili, but acknowledged that he couldn't do so as Yezili was older than 18 years, exceeding the competition's age limit. On the other hand, the clan leader instructed Jinying to employ every trick at his disposal to defeat Ming. He handed Jinying a pill labeled Rage, urging him to ensure his victory and secure a position as an outer disciple in the Red Sun sect. The Rage pill could make him 3 times stronger, but it would damage his meridians and make him unable to move after 15 minutes. Sadly, he was forced to take the pill against his will and blamed Ming for his bad luck. Meanwhile, Hanyu was amazed by the newfound strength Ming had acquired. She revealed that Zixingyi, a talented person from the Yi family who had gone missing, was actually the one who deserved to be her husband, not Ming. Hanyu said something like a curse, predicting that Ming would never be accepted into the Red Sun sect and would face a high risk of losing his life in the competition. As the second round began, the envoys started discussing Ming and speaking highly of him. Unexpectedly, Hanyu appeared next to the envoys and greeted them. However, instead of asking about Hanyu, the envoys inquired about Ming. Hanyu proceeded to explain that Ming's father was a ruthless person who had killed members of the Huang family in Maple Leaf City. He was eventually caught and executed for his crimes. Hanyu believed that Ming inherited his father's cruel nature. In a surprising twist, one of the envoys revealed that he was from the original Huang family, while the branch family resided in Maple City. This envoy made a solemn promise to hunt down Ming. Meanwhile, the second round was about to start, and it was evident that Jinying had consumed the Rage pill, causing him to grow incredibly powerful. The crowd was amazed when they witnessed the tremendous power displayed by Jinying. Hanyu, being observant, could tell that Jinying had taken a Rage pill. During this time, one of the envoys mocked the Yi family for holding back Ming, who had the potential to become one of the elite disciples in the prestigious Red Sun sect. Hanyu, curious about the elite disciples, inquired further. The envoy then explained that among the disciples, there were 10,000 outer disciples, 100 inner disciples, and only a few elite disciples who even commanded the respect of the sect's elders. However, the envoy's demeanor suddenly changed, and he made a disturbing expression, threatening to take Ming's life. Hanyu felt disheartened upon hearing about Ming's untapped potential and began to question her decision of not marrying him. At that moment, Wu, who was present, criticized the envoy's behavior towards Ming. Wu acknowledged that Ming was the son of his sworn brother but believed that eliminating Ming would benefit both the Wu and Yi families. In the arena, Ming and Jinying were preparing to engage in a fight. Ming couldn't forget the incident that took place 6 months ago when Jinying inexplicably severed his meridians, causing him great pain. However, now Ming had an opportunity to seek revenge. Jinying asked Ming if he remembered the move that had damaged his meridians, and Ming nodded, confirming that he recalled the technique. The crowd jeered at Ming and encouraged Jinying to defeat him. Jinying unleashed a powerful energy strike, forming an axe-like weapon, aiming to strike Ming. However, Ming managed to dodge the attack swiftly by changing his position. This evoked a sense of determination in Jinying, who intensified his assault on Ming without mercy. Despite Jinying's relentless attacks, Ming skillfully evaded every single one of them. The clan leader in Ziyuan expressed disappointment in Jinying's limited strength, realizing that his energy would soon deplete. Ziyuan, in particular, felt apprehensive about the consequences if Ming discovered the truth about his father's story and the circumstances surrounding his death. Meanwhile, the envoys from the Red Sun sect praised Ming and his remarkable footstep technique, recognizing its superiority over their own footwork skills. One of the envoys proposed the idea of not taking Ming's life right away but instead unraveling some of his secrets, intrigued by his extraordinary abilities and potential. As the crowd jeered and urged Ming to face Jinying head-on, the tension escalated. Jinying, fueled with determination, unleashed an attack using his hand. However, much to his astonishment, Ming swiftly caught Jinying's hand, gripping it tightly, rendering it immobile. This unexpected display of strength left Jinying in a state of shock and disbelief. With an unwavering grip on Jinying's hand, Ming gathered even more power in his other hand. In a sudden burst of strength, he delivered a devastating punch that sent Jinying flying several meters away. The impact left Jinying in a state of defeat, his body sprawled on the ground. Witnessing his son's humiliating loss, Ziyuan rushed to Jinying's side, desperate to assess his condition. However, Jinying was overcome with anguish and tears, overwhelmed by the misery of his resounding defeat. Amidst Ziyuan's curses and accusations of brutality towards Ming, an unexpected revelation unfolded. Ming boldly disclosed that it was Ziyuan who had been responsible for the death of his parents. The revelation sent shockwaves through the crowd and left Ziyuan himself stunned. However, instead of accepting blame, Ziyuan adamantly denied Ming's accusations, asserting that his parents had met their fate due to their own actions and choices. In a courageous act, Ming fearlessly unveiled the truth: Ziyuan was responsible for the murder of Zhang Huang. Moreover, to protect himself, Ziyuan had conspired with others to falsely accuse Ming's father and ultimately caused his demise. The revelation sent a ripple of unease through the clan leader, as even the envoys from the Red Sun sect bore witness to Ming's claims. In a fit of anger, the clan leader intensified his power, launching himself at Ming with the intent to strike him down. However, Ming's agility saved him from the attack as he swiftly evaded the blow, retreating a few meters away. Undeterred, the clan leader vowed that Ming would meet his demise at his hands, declaring it with unwavering certainty. Ming, seizing the opportunity, turned to the envoys and implored them to intervene. He questioned whether they would allow the clan leader to perpetrate his crimes right in front of their eyes. Ming's boldness and threat to expose the situation stirred the envoys, compelling them to step in and prevent any further wrongdoing. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the envoys admonished the clan leader, demanding that he refrain from interrupting the competition. With their intervention, they paved the way for the next round to commence, effectively ensuring that justice would prevail. In an act of bold confidence, Ming openly challenged anyone willing to face him in combat. However, no one dared to step forward, resulting in Ming being declared the undisputed winner of the competition. With the victory in hand, Ming approached the envoys and expressed his desire to become an outer disciple. To his surprise, one of the envoys tightly grasped his shoulder, exuding a sinister aura. In a menacing tone, the envoy suggested that Ming's strength was worthy of becoming an inner disciple. However, the other envoy intervened, handing Ming a token signifying his acceptance as an outer disciple. They instructed Ming to register himself within a month at the sect. As Ming prepared to depart, a sense of disgust and fear permeated the crowd, realizing their own weakness and apprehensive about the potential repercussions if Ming sought revenge. Seizing the moment, Ming taunted and mocked the entire Yi clan, adding insult to injury. However, amidst the tension, one of the envoys exposed a sinister plan. he disclosed that he had injected Ming with negative erosion energy, a malevolent force that could sever his meridians. Their intention was to extract his secrets through forceful means, using this debilitating energy against him. Meanwhile, within the Yi family, a meeting was held to discuss the fate of Ming. Wan Ming proposed a ruthless plan of beheading Ming and presenting his head in Maple Leaf City, falsely claiming that Ming sought revenge against them. This plan garnered support from the attendees, except for Ziyuan, who had already dispatched men to pursue Ming. Unbeknownst to Ming, he was being tracked in the mountainous region, where he had sought refuge.